Hey guys, Ramsey here. And in this video, I'm gonna chat with you guys about my absolute favorite cookie tool purchase ever. It is something that has allowed me so much more time between orders. I can space out what I need better because it keeps my cookies fresh. I'm talking about the good old heat sealer. Yes, heat sealing cookies, although it depends on the recipe that you use for your sugar cookie, it can keep cookies fresh at room temperature for weeks if left sealed in its packaging. I'm able to bake, decorate, package, and seal orders and move on as needed, knowing that my finished cookies are fully protected. So if you're like me with very limited freezer space or just not into freezing decorated cookies at all, get yourself a heat sealer. I'll link one similar to mine below. This particular sealed cookie right here has been sitting on my counter at room temperature for about a month. We broke it open the other day to taste it and sample its condition. You guys, it is still as fresh as the day I baked it. Heat sealers are amazing. I will tell you though, recipes differ, so you're gonna want to do a trial run with your own sugar cookie recipe this way. Bake some cookies, decorate them, seal an extra one in some packaging, and leave it at room temperature on your counter for several weeks. Open it several weeks later, taste it, and see what you think. I think you're gonna love having a heat sealer around though. See the soft give it still has to it? So good. Now, before I demonstrate how to seal a cookie in a bag, let's talk bags for a moment. I buy most of my bags from Amazon. I use so many different kinds and sizes. For example, this one right here is a little stand-up pouch. This next one is a 5x7 Cello bag. It's a self-sealing bag, so you have that option as well. A lot of my bigger cookies go in these. I also use 4x6 size cellophane bags. This just helps with some of the medium sized cookies. And I also buy these 3x12 sleeves on Amazon. They are super, super cute to use for minis when you have like holiday sales and that sort of thing. I'll put links to all of these below in the description. And here she is, guys, my best friend, the heat sealer. She has a handle, and this is her Teflon strip right here where all the sealing magic happens. There's a dial on the side, and this controls how hot you want the seal to be. It depends on how thick your bag is on how much you turn up the dial. Now you'll want to play around here, but I like to keep mine around the 4 range. I never have to turn it up all the way. So let's seal some cute mini ghost cookies inside one of the 3x12 sleeves. Just stack your cookies inside your sleeve until you're happy with their arrangement. Also, check out this light on the heat sealer. That's going to be important in just a moment. So next, you're going to drape your sleeve carefully over this Teflon strip like so. Kind of run your hand over the bags on top of the cookies just to make sure all of the air is out. Push down the handle. The light goes off, but hold it down for an additional 2 or 3 seconds. That's the key to finalizing that seal. You can see it sealed perfectly right across the top. You can run your fingers over the seal just to make sure nothing pops open too easily. If it does, that means the seal is not strong enough and you might need to turn up the heat on your dial just a little bit. Now here comes another fun part of this process, dressing up your packaging. Right here, I have several pieces of coordinating ribbon. It's Halloween right now, so I'm super excited about that. It's my favorite time of year. I'm just grouping together that ribbon with a twisty tie, punching a hole in a cute tag that coordinates with this cookie set. And I'm just going to attach the tag and poke the twisty tie through the hole around the whole entire bag, and it just adheres that way. It's super simple, super, super cute. Now you still have that self-sealing part on top of this bag. You can either peel it off and fold it over, or do what I do most of the time, not always, but most of the time I just trim it. I usually always buy self-sealing bags, even though I heat seal too, just because I like the option it gives me in case I want to fold it over and do something different. You can also put a bunch of cookies, or however many will fit depending on the size, in these cute clear pouches I found on Amazon. They zip lock at the top, but for an extra layer of protection and freshness, you can go ahead and heat seal right above that zip lock portion on this bag. And then once it's heat sealed, you can poke some holes, which I'll show you in just a minute, above the heat seal, that little area where my finger is. And that's where you can attach some ribbon and tags to cutesy up that packaging. So for this pouch, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm gonna attach some ribbon using the Twisty Tie Method. Just cut some ribbon, some coordinating ribbon together, and twist tie it together just as so. And then you have to poke 2 holes, since you can't really wrap around this packaging like you could before with the sleeve, but you have to be super careful that you poke your holes above the seal that you made. If you poke your holes below the seal, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of heat sealing in the first place. So now just stick your twisty ties through the holes, give it a few twists in the back, and then fold it down. And you've got another super cute way to present your cookies in packaging that's gonna keep those goodies fresh for a long time. So I wanted to show you one final way you can present some cookies. This is a 5x7 self-sealing bag, and I could fit more ghosts in here if I stacked them on top of each other, but I'm keeping them this way to show you how you can attach a bag label on top. I don't have a bag label on me, but I think it'll be super self-explanatory once you see. So I'm gonna seal close down by the ghost like so. And there's that nice strong seal for you across the top. You can check it a few times by running your fingers over it like we did before, peeling it back a little bit to make sure it stays together and it's not easily separated. Now, this is why I always get self-sealing bags in addition to heat sealing. You can either cut across the top, get rid of the seal altogether, or you can peel back that adhesive strip at the top and then fold over the excess portion of the bag behind the packaging. And this allows you to create a space to add a bag label on top if you wish. You just make sure it's the same width as your bag and you just staple it right on. Now, after lots and lots of heat seals, this Teflon strip here can start wearing out, and you can see that mine is starting to burn a little bit at the top there. Now, when you purchase a heat sealer, it should come with a little repair kit that includes an extra heating conductor metal strip here and an extra Teflon strip. And if it doesn't, you can purchase this little kit on Amazon for pretty cheap. Just make sure you get the right size. So I'm going to show you how to repair your Teflon strip. If your heat sealer starts acting up or it's not sealing appropriately, this is likely the culprit here. You need to replace your strip. So you just get a screwdriver and unscrew the 4 screws that hold the plate down, which holds down the Teflon strip. That's what I'm doing right here. Now that you can pull that strip off, you see how worn my strip was becoming? It was definitely time to replace this sucker. Now we need to remove this little metal strip, the heating conductor, and you do so by loosening the screw at the front of the heat sealer, just like that, and it's gonna pop right off. Just be careful you don't lose your screws. So that is what we're gonna actually replace first. Pick up that new metal strip, and this part might be a little frustrating. It might be kind of hard to figure out how to hold your fingers down so it doesn't pop off, but you're gonna attach it up there by the handle bend first. Hold it in with your finger and then grab the screw, put the screw in the other hole, and start trying to screw it in by hand. If you don't do it this way, it's gonna be very tricky and frustrating, and it's gonna keep popping off. So screw it in with your hand a little bit first, and then take the screwdriver in next to start tightening it up. Once that part is set, it's time to take out your new Teflon strip and lay that down on top of the heating conductor. This part also might be a little bit tricky. It's gonna be kind of long, and I just let it kind of hang off up there by the handle bend a little bit. You'll get a better view of that in just a second. But you'll want to kind of fold it over that metal conductor and then try and line up the first plate with the holes on the side. Once you've got a good alignment, go ahead and take the screws and begin screwing them in by hand. You can finish it out with a screwdriver a little bit later. Now just align that second plate just like you did the first one. You might have to push the Teflon strip a little bit further up if it doesn't align perfectly right away. You'll figure it out, it's pretty self-explanatory, and then just add those screws in by hand as well before you finish them off with the screwdriver and tighten everything down. And once you're done, it'll be like a brand new heat sealer. Easy peasy, y'all. Alrighty, folks, I think that's it when it comes to heat sealing cookies and keeping them fresh for a while longer. I hope you were able to find something useful when it comes to packaging cookies in different ways and keeping them fresh. If I can help with anything cookie related, don't hesitate to holler at your homegirl down in the comments.